What is going on, everybody? Welcome to a Benzone exclusive here on the Benzone. You can watch it right here on Facebook in the Benzone group. Also on my YouTube channel, Ben Cornet 9015, and on X at BennyBoy702. How is everybody doing tonight? Doing good. Wish I was doing a little better, but as far as my team, but hell, it's been a great weekend of NFL playoffs. So why don't we get right into it? Let me bring in a guest here. Let me bring in my good friend from the NFL edition every Thursday nights, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific, and a fellow Bucks fan, Mr. Marty McKnight. Marty, thanks for joining me, man. What's going on?
I would say drinking beer and talking football, but it's been a day. But it hasn't been that bad. I mean, hell, we had a good season. We had a hell of a ride, so you can't complain about it.
No, I'm not complaining at all. So, yeah, I guess so far it's just going to be me and you. I don't know if there's anybody else that's going to be on the show or not. Sent the old guy a link, but I don't know if he's responded yet or not.
You mean Captain Grandpa over there?
Oh, there he is. There's Captain.
You caught me, motherfucker.
Hey,
Captain Grandpa. Fuck off, Marty.
How you doing, Johnny?
Sean Spencer, how you doing, man? Hey, by the way, our host here. How are you doing, sir?
Good. How you doing, my man?
And
what up, Sean? How you doing, my man?
Hillbilly, how you doing? Hillbilly.
How
you doing, Alec, underwater?
Underwater?
Yeah.
This one's for you, Alec.
Phone charger. I'll be right back.
All right.
Yep, there goes Marty again.
Nope, I'm still on. I just got to grab my phone charger.
I think this comment's for Alec, right?
I don't give a fuck about that dude, man. Not Sean. I care about Sean, but
Yeah, we just heard what you said. You don't care nothing about him. Now,
no, because the way I said it makes me seem like I didn't give a fuck about Sean. You have to clarify.
Well, isn't that what you were saying?
No, so I was.
Damn, dude, that was so crude, man. I know you're pretty crude, dude, but damn, dude.
Hope you over here stirring the fucking pot in Pittsburgh, all right?
You're already stirred my pot, dude, with that fucking bacon.
Whoa. Pause.
Anyway,
that's like tossing salad, so you can stir my pot.
Well, we can toss salad later there, Alec. Not with
Can
you.
I unpause, man? This is uncomfortable.
Okay.
Unpause.
Oh, thank God.
Safe word.
Hey, dude, I am not high tonight. I didn't. I'm taking half of those doses instead of the fucking full dose. The doctor's gonna have to redo that shit. That had me fucked up bad last night.
That's why you were up last night.
Oh my God, dude, it was horrible. I went back and read my captions and shit. I was like, what the fuck did I do?
Was I high? Because did you do a show last night or something?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, he did a show.
Thank God for Sean. I mean, Sean Shango, my buddy, man. He bailed me out on that one, man.
I was watching UFC. That's why I couldn't get on. Me and Alex. Oh, by the way, congratulations to Mr. Alex Loosemore today. Well deserved. Not the way we wanted to go, but hey, you know what? Detroit's a good team. The difference was the trenches. Couldn't get to Jared Goff today. He had all day to throw.
No, one sack. Wasn't that Cansey that got the sack on him? Or?
But I mean, that was one time. The rest of the time, Goff.
Yeah, I saw that. I watched that line on that sack, and they never went back to that play. They never went back to that formation. They had take up Ragnow and the guard on that side, and that left that lane open. But they never went back to that formation again. I never understood why they didn't go back to that formation, dude. That was a perfect formation to get in there. Because it left two lanes open on the other side, right? It filled up the left side lanes, but it opened up those other two lanes completely. Because if there's nothing better to have if you're gonna play championship football, you gotta have somebody like Bay out there. And I'd love to toughen the lines up a little bit more on the edges there.
Well, they took Villa out for some plays. I remember, like early in the game. So
was he hurt? I mean,
I don't
last week I thought he hurt his ankle too last week.
right, but that was kind of unusual. But I don't know. I mean, it's just Detroit's a better team.
Yeah,
it's just
right now they are.
right now
Yep,
they are.
They
And,
are. I
like,
mean, the better
I think
team
we have the
won.
4 best teams in the playoffs here in the title games now. I
I
really
agree
do.
with that. I agree with that. Yeah. Well, what do you say, Marty?
I was about to say, I mean, Detroit was the better team. I mean, we had opportunities in the first quarter and the second half, but they're just a better team. You got to tip your hat to them.
I'm
I thought
tipping
we
my
ran
hat
the
to the
ball
Bucks
pretty
because I think if it would have been in Tampa, there might have been a different outcome of that.
I do
We played a
agree
good
on that.
game, man.
possible. Yeah, definitely possible. I mean, I thought we ran the ball pretty good today.
Yeah, when everybody was crying about we can't run the ball, we ran it.
Yeah.
I had a good game, man. He did.
Oh, Evans. Yeah. I mean, he got a touchdown, a couple of big plays there. Godwin was not used enough. Neither was Palmer. Had Baker had time in the pocket in the fourth quarter, he had Palmer wide open deep for a touchdown. He had it deep, but he just didn't have enough time to see him.
I saw a lot of coverage was moving over on Godwin. I didn't see the whole game, but when I was looking for Godwin, he was usually in a weird zone in that zone over there on the side.
Yeah.
I don't know why they weren't using him in the slot more.
I think it's pretty safe to say, though, in the first round draft, we got to go offensive line in the first round.
Yeah. Could use another guard.
Yeah.
The penalties hurt too, obviously. Those
pass interference calls.
Yeah.
With I think it was Jamel. No, it wasn't. Was it Dean that had the?
I believe
pass
it was.
interference?
Yeah, and then the illegal use of hands where Carlton Davis pretty much ripped off Lyons' helmet almost
he pushed
off.
the helmet off the guy's
That
head.
was completely stupid. And that's happened all through this season. It's like you got to be more disciplined than that. He's making $19 or $20 million next year, and you're still making dumb penalties.
Increments, man, increments, dude. We're not the most penalized team in the NFL anymore. We were there for a stretch of like 6 straight years. Okay, calm the horses down.
I'm talking about Carlton Davis. He's had penalties throughout the season where it scratches your head like, dude, why?
Well, and that was on a play where they weren't going to throw the ball either. That was what was so weird.
I think that was. I think this is the second straight game where Jamel Dean dropped a potential interception.
Yeah, that was a killer.
Well, Dean's got hands of stone. We know that he's a cover guy. He's not He's not your ball hawk. He's not a ball hawk. He's there to cover. That's it.
Well, that's true. But I mean, but just think about if you caught that. That would have changed.
Has he caught an interception at all? Why would anybody expect him to?
No, and Carlton Davis didn't get one.
I understand that, but I mean, I'm just saying, had he caught that, think about the momentum changing early on in the game.
Well, I'm not. Nobody's thinking of. I mean, if Jamel Dean was catching interceptions, we would be talking about him as an elite or a future Hall of Famer. I don't think nobody puts him in that level because he's not. He's a what do you call it? He's a defender. He's a pass defender.
Johnny, we know that. I agree with you. All I'm saying is, if he just would have caught that, I mean, just think about the little things. Like the momentum.
Wasn't it you that was in the chat saying, "Here we go with the ifs and shit again"? Somebody in the chat.
Like, what ifs we made some, plays here and there. Listen, I mean, it's the playoffs. It happens, and I
guarantee if Alex was in this right now, that he would have those what ifs for his team too. What if we did this or what if we did that? You know what I mean? So
what if they would have challenged?
It all balances out. Yeah. That challenge?
That challenge, because they could have won that challenge because Baker's calf did hit the ground before the ball got released out of his hand. But it was a good break for us. We needed breaks today.
On that first down play that we saw, that was a first down. Was it Evans or who was it? I had that first down and we didn't challenge the spot.
I think that was Palmer, I believe.
Was it Palmer?
Yeah.
Palmer.
Okay. We could have challenged that spot, and even the announcers in the booth saw it. Clearly, it was a first down.
I thought Otten played a better game today too.
They're starting to use Otten more. That's one thing I like about Canales, man. He's using the tight ends more.
Yeah. Levante, I mean, my God, dude. He just never disappoints, dude. Think about
No, don't.
all these players.
They're wearing him out, though, man. Playing him down deep in the middle, like
Yeah.
they're trying to use him deep in the middle. But you got to do something to cover that middle, man. Unless you go back to
Right.
our old zone defense and shit. The middle of our field is kind of weak, dude.
Yeah, and KJ Britt played well, you know. I mean,
He always
Devin
does.
White didn't play well though. Devin
oh,
White,
Britt's
he
gone.
can
KJ
go.
Britt just told him, said goodbye. This is my
Yeah.
spot now. Let's go
Devin
away.
can go.
Yeah.
There was one play I watched where Devin White was supposed to come on a blitz, and he hit the lineman.
That's his
at like
only
half
good
speed.
fucking production is when he's pass rushing the blitz packages. And if they're not going to use him in it, keep him on the fucking bench.
Well, that's my point. There was one play where he was on a blitz play and he hit the lineman after like half a second hesitation and hit the lineman with like half speed and just said, fuck it. You can't have that. I mean, you
No.
can't have people
No.
giving up or doing basically half a motor on a play. You got to go. And
Well,
he just seemed like he didn't care.
Well, to Johnny's point, remember when Johnny was saying about use him, like you said, use him in blitz? Even Collinsworth was saying that, right? Use him in, you know, here's an idea. Use White and Blitzcrank. He's so good at that, you know, at doing that.
I think
great.
they want him as Barrett's replacement for next year, but I don't see that happening either because I think he's going to want. He already wants too much money. Then if they put him as an edge rusher, he's going to ask for extreme money, and that's just crazy.
Yeah.
I think Barrett's gone too. I hate to say it, but I think
As old as Barrett is now, he still plays the other position. He plays Devin White's position better than Devin White does by far.
Mhm.
I think after tonight, we can say Joan Shayenko's gone, Barrett's gone, and Devin White's gone. Like a lock on defense that are not coming back next year.
I'm pretty sure they're going to be bringing in edge rushers.
Yeah.
I mean, I love Yaya. Not Yaya. The other one. What's
Can't
his
see.
name?
Can't see.
Not can't see. The pure edge rusher that we got. He got injured earlier in the season. We haven't seen him since. He came in with Yaya. Servatio.
Servassier, Dennis. Yeah, Servassier. Yeah.
Dennis. Yeah.
Yeah. But he's more on special teams though right now too. So
I think that's because of his injury or whatever, man. I don't
Yeah.
know. Or because we have two starters already sitting out there on the field wasting time. So,
right.
but when he played as on the edge, man, he was doing very well.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You know who disappointed me today was Antoine Winfield. That's the first time I've said that in
I haven't heard his name all day.
Yeah, he didn't make the plays. He got owned by Jahmyr Gibbs on that.
Let's say I
touchdown.
heard his name called one time because he made a missed tackle or misread, and that was about it.
And then Jahmyr Gibbs ran, pretty much owned him on. He juked him out of his shoes and ran in for that touchdown. But
I think they changed it because he's a free safety. Okay, he's not supposed to be locked down on any certain player.
Oh no.
I think they kind of took his roaming ability away, and because he's owned the center of the field, in all the other games he's owned that center of the field. And this game we didn't have the center of the field locked down, and by chance he's on Gibbs most of the game.
But also, Johnny, they didn't use him on the safety blitz. They didn't have him try and blitz on any play.
That's crazy. You got a free safety that's balling out in a Pro Bowler, probably the best rated safety in the league right now, and you're not using him right? Come on, man.
Well,
I'm just nitpicking. I'm still proud of where we're at and where we finished.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, just today's game. It just was, Detroit played better. They won in the trenches, ran the ball well.
Wait a minute. Sean Spencer, you told me to shut up. What the hell, man? I thought we were bros.
So what about that comment that Baker made at the press conference? If he's back, he wants Evans back. What do you take on that comment?
I think that's look.
Why not?
When Jason Light said that, don't worry about Evans, we got that taken care of. Earlier in the season, I got that press.
Yes, but did you not see Evans? Did you not see Evans' look on the end of the game where he was tearing up?
Disappointment that he's lost the game. I'd be walking around with my dragging my helmet too, like most players do, dude.
He was almost tearing up, like he knew this was his last game in Tampa.
That you're just reading what you're thinking into his actions. You can't do that, dude. That's what the press does.
I mean, the look on his face seemed like he really is 50-50 at this point, if he's coming back or not.
We'll see. But Jason Light was sure that Evans is going to be back.
I hope so. We need him back.
And with Baker's comment there, I'm pretty sure because they want Baker back. Unfortunately for you, Alec, you're really going to have to go find another team.
I mean, they need him back more than Godwin, in my opinion.
It's okay,
Absolutely.
Johnny. I'll be on deployment. I can bear hold with that.
Yeah.
I won't have to watch it.
Look,
I'll pray for the success, but pray for Baker's progressive career to.
Baker is could be our immediate future, but I don't think he's our long-term future as far as like the next 5-6 years. But he's definitely our immediate future for the next couple years.
Yeah.
Until we draft a quarterback and
Who's the Facebook user there?
let me check. It says it hurt my soul. Bucks lost to the worst team in NFL 32 years. Just
Think how the Raiders felt when they lost to the Bucks in that Super Bowl. Just think about that.
Corey Brown, thanks for tuning in. No, Detroit's a good team. Come on.
Yes,
Corey.
they are.
Detroit's going to be good for the next 4 or 5 years now. Detroit's going to be a team you got to reckon with.
Yeah, no, I agree, man. And they built it the right way. That's how you do it.
Hey,
you bring in Dan. And
how do you like the number ones versus the number threes in these title games coming up? And the strange absence of 2 NFC teams that were primed for the Super Bowl at the beginning of this. I mean, all through the season, we were hearing how, except for the last part with the Eagles, but all the way through, preseason, during the season, and right up to the playoffs, all we heard was Dallas is going to be in the Super Bowl.
We hear that.
Well, then again, that's said every year.
Exactly.
I mean, right now, I got to go Kansas City, Detroit, and Super Bowl. San Francisco look like they're beatable. They're very vulnerable right now.
They're always seem vulnerable until you play them.
Yeah, listen.
Yeah, Christian McCaffrey will say, "Hold my beer" on that one.
Yeah, but listen, Detroit and San Fran is going to be a hell of a game, guys.
Absolutely,
a hell of a game. I'm ready for it. Chiefs Ravens game is going to be good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so you got great matchups, man. That's all you could really ask for. I mean, yeah, I would have liked to have been the Bucks Niners, but
that would have been okay. I picked the Bucks out of fandom. I said that when I picked them this week, right?
Yeah, you did. Right.
And I didn't expect them to win. I didn't expect them to play as good a game as they did against Buffalo in Buffalo with all that crowd and all the reasons that we've heard all week. Were valid reasons that Tampa Bay shouldn't have won that game, right? But they showed up to play. They did, and I'm proud of that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, I had a close game, Johnny. Tampa and Detroit. I knew it would be close. I mean, we kept it close, and Detroit just made more plays than we did. That's bottom line.
And that interception at the end, that was just a hell of a play by that linebacker. I mean, he just basically baited Baker into that throw. I mean, it's just good players make good plays, and he made a good play. You just got to tip your hat to the defense.
Yeah.
Baker's been a warrior for us all season long. That's why I don't get the negative attitude about Baker. He's been a great warrior for this team all year long. Hey, he won the very first week of the season. He won angry runs on Kyle Brandt's angry runs segment. So,
to get that first down. Yeah, that sealed the game. Yeah, absolutely.
And all these, I hate to say this, but all these Buccaneer fans on social media calling out Todd Bowles and Baker Mayfield. Yeah, dude, we just got beat by the better team. We played our guts out. You just got to tip your hat to opponents. Like, we got beat by a better team. We had a good
division titles now, 4 in a row.
And it is what it is.
It's never happened before, not even under Gruden.
Mm-hmm.
Or anybody. Well,
right.
Yeah, you're right. Because I was thinking Dungy, but like
Dungy. Yeah, he would skip a season.
98. Yeah, I think it was 98 we missed it. But yeah, we're talking consecutive, and 4 years in a row. That's, I mean, come on now. I mean, we're always in it every year, and that's what you want as a
That's
fan of
what
your
I've
team
always wanted. I wanted a
Yeah.
competitive team, man.
every
Somebody
year.
who's
Yeah, to be in it.
I
Right.
would rather have a team that's getting beat in the second or third round of playoffs, close, like a close nail biter, than a
like
team
this
that's
year.
winning 6 or 7
Right.
and missing the playoffs every year.
Yep. Yeah. No, that's all because of drafting. That's all because we've kept a very good unit. That's why I knew we would win this division this year because we kept 6 of our defensive starters played in the Super Bowl that won that Super Bowl that year.
Yep.
So we have the experience, and it would keep us in games. Now, the offense did better than I thought. And it took time, but we got on a roll. And
We can't lose our offensive coordinator, dude. Not now
Yeah.
that we're just getting that offense clicking, dude. I do not want to lose him.
We
I don't-
started kind of
I
like
think
getting our own stride in about week 15, and now I'm really, really wanting him to come back next year and see what we can do in year 2.
yeah, I think he ends up staying. I mean, you never know, but
He might have loyalty because we honestly are the first team that gave him a shot at that fucking OC position. You know what I mean?
right.
And
Yeah. Mhm.
we saw something. Our Jason Light saw something in him and said, "Okay, let's do this." You know what I mean? So there might be another year of loyalty in him in there somewhere before the money starts talking to him. But
Well,
I don't think he's ready for a head coaching job either,
No, I
man.
don't need it. No, I
He
don't need
just,
it.
he just this was his first year at OC. You can't just rush him right to a head coach, man.
Yeah,
Right.
that's kind of like with Byron Leftwich.
What?
A couple of years ago.
Jacksonville missed the bullet on that one. Because
Yeah.
remember they interviewed him, they wanted him for their what was it, OC or head coach? They were
Head
off the head coach.
Head
Yeah,
coach.
think about that. They missed the bullet on that one, boy.
Well, and plus Carolina, I think, is the only team that's interviewed Dave Canales, but that just shows you how desperate Carolina is. So yeah,
Yeah, they got a list. They got a list of interviewees a mile long. So
yeah, but I
they
just
kind of need to because it's
Yeah.
most of the top ones are going somewhere else. You know that, right?
right. Oh yeah.
Oh, and Bill Belichick's going to go to the Bills.
Ooh.
I can see that if they let their coach go. And
I got a
honestly,
feeling they might let their coach go. He's had how many shots at the Chiefs now? You know,
Three.
Like 3 or 4.
it's the same. He's in that same situation Dungy was with the Eagles, man.
and
You
now
know?
ask you this: if Stephon Diggs goes to the general manager's room tonight and says, "Me or the coach, pick one," who does Buffalo pick? They're going to
Probably
pick
pick
Stephon
neither.
Diggs.
I would be like, yeah, you're coming at us with ultimatums. I think we can let you go too.
Yeah.
Don't give me no ultimatums, fucker.
Yeah, and you drop the touchdown too.
Who's dropping? Who's writing your paycheck?
Right. Yeah. And Josh Allen had a touchdown. He just underthrew it, and Marty,
Yeah,
didn't you say
that last
Allen
drive.
has to go to
God,
the
I hope he's not the next
Bengals.
Dan Marino. It certainly seems like it.
You're only going by playoff thing. There's a lot of quarterbacks that have been to Super Bowls and not ever won one. Okay, why are you always bringing up Dan Marino, dude?
Well, I could go Tony
Josh
Romo.
Allen hasn't got to a Super Bowl yet, so he doesn't even fit in that category.
Yeah, he's only made it to one AFC championship. I think that's just one.
But
Yeah.
even when I was watching that replay,
So
they had Diggs on the cross route wide open. Like, I get it, you're trying to go for the end zone. I mean, there's 2 ways you could look at it. Like, Diggs did drop a couple good passes in the game. But I was like, if you're at that situation, just pass to him there. But also, you say, fuck it, he's been dropping all game. I'm just going to go to the end zone. There's always 2 ways you can look at it in that situation.
Yeah, but Evans dropped 2 or 3 passes in the first half, and we still went to him. And
Oh no, that with Diggs and Allen, it's weird with them. Like, I don't know what. Like, they've been having on and off chemistry, like, here and there during the season. It's not been as bad, but it just seems like the drop from last season to this season is a huge difference between them two.
I found out how to fucking get Evans from dropping balls. make them difficult throws. If the more difficult, I've watched it, dude. He drops easy balls. If they're right there, it's like he don't expect it to be right there. It's the ones that he has to work for. Did you see those two on that 90-yard drive? You see the passes that he caught,
Oh.
man?
Yeah,
They
he
were
slid down with that
amazing,
catch. Yeah. Mhm.
amazing catches, dude. If you make it too easy, he's just like, oh, I didn't expect that. I think that's kind of like there's a syndrome there. He has to work for it, and then he gets it. That catch across the center against the Eagles in the first game where we lost to the Eagles. He
Yeah.
was up in the air being carried by one of the defenders and getting hit this way by another defender and caught the fucking ball one-handed. And
Yeah.
it's like the most difficult the catch, more difficult the catch is, the more likely Evans is to catch it.
Well, here's what I will say: the one that he did drop, that first one, it was it led to an interception, which that was
That should never popped up like that. Yeah.
yeah. But again, like
You're taught
maybe
even in
on
high
something,
school,
Johnny.
always try to knock it down if you can't catch it.
Yeah, you may be onto something, Johnny. You may be. Like just Alex said, you may be onto something with the Allen Diggs chemistry, the lack thereof, and then. But Baker and Evans, they got good chemistry, so I'm not worried about that. So we're fine with that.
It's a huge difference.
Chemistry, it's happened in recent years because when they first got together, they had an amazing chemistry, and you remember that shit. That's what changed Allen from about to get kicked out of the team and shit and going into backup mode to being a star quarterback.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Oh man, but
I think he throws a lot of uncatchable balls. I think that's why his interception ratio is so high. I think that's why Diggs is bitching about him and shit. I think a lot of that is he throws some uncatchable balls. I mean, and is like John Elway used to throw uncatchable balls to his receivers because they were too hard. He could drive it right through a human's body, man. And they finally got him to tone down. They got him into camp early and fucking had him training and fucking put touch on the ball and shit. I think that's kind of what Allen needs. Learn more touch on your balls, dude.
It's funny that you say that, ironically. But John Elway, couple years, Johnny played baseball too, so he was a pitcher.
Yes, I know.
Okay, but he throws. You know what I mean? With throwing the ball, fast, that fastball.
Like Brett Favre almost.
Yeah.
Brett Favre had touch on his balls. He did, because Brett Favre in Atlanta, when he was still a backup in Atlanta, Jerry Glanville asked him how far up in the stands could he throw it, and he handed Jerry Favre the ball, and the guy threw it up into the fucking nosebleeds, dude. That's an arm, and that's throwing up,
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, absolutely. Josh Allen now, man. I don't know. Is that window closing for Buffalo? I mean,
I think it's kind of closed.
Yeah.
I think the head coach is gone because they've already last year there was talk about that, I think head coach is gone, or if not, he's on the hot seat all year next year. And I think there's going to be restructuring in personnel there.
I think Diggs is gone too.
That's what we were talking about, Sean. Yeah.
Yeah. The time to get. I mean, it kind of reminds you of Dungy. He gets to a certain point and
just can't get over that.
Quite, get to that next level. And
we're going to see about the guy out in San Francisco this year too, because I think
Mr. Shannon.
There's a time limit on him too, man.
Could be. I mean, he's how many chances now? I mean,
28-3.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Don't forget. Don't never forget 28-3.
Nope.
That's haunted him his whole career.
Nope. Do they blow up that entirely? I think they probably just need to get a head coach. I don't think you really have to blow the team up. They got
a lot of pieces in place. They have the foundation. You're not going to blow that up. You're just going to add to it and put a head coach in there and OC maybe to work with it and shit. You got to have somebody that can work with. You know who would be perfect? The guy everybody's Slowick. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Slowick would be great there with Allen.
With Josh. Yeah.
Yeah. If they get a new OC. or maybe as a head coach. I don't know if you want. Well, I mean, he's been in the year. He's in the league 10 years now,
Yeah,
so
right. Yeah.
I don't know if he's progressed enough to the head coaching point, but get him in there to work with Allen, and that'd be great.
You could see Diggs maybe gone.
I don't think Diggs will be there.
Yeah. His attitude was what got him out of Minnesota. So now he's got the same attitude here. And my fear would be if, let's say, Diggs is gone and they go after Mike Evans in free agency. That would be my fear. Like, because
They're already predicting that we're going to be franchise tagging Baker Mayfield. That's on the table. So
Yeah, and that's gonna be like $30 million right there.
35.
Yeah.
35. Because Evans, if they tagged him, it'd be 28.
yeah,
I believe. So
it'll be one or the other, and then I'm sure contract negotiations will be worked out with them.
yeah.
But again, we're going to have money where we can get Evans. I mean, with Jensen probably retiring, Barrett probably retiring and moving on, and then Russell Gage being released. We got the money to get Evans back if we wanted him. But if we franchise Mayfield, that's a big cap hit in my opinion.
Well, and I think also Baker would. You can still tag him and then just work on a new deal. So it's not the end of the world. You can still work on the deal before the season starts. So
Absolutely, yeah. That's what the tag's there for, is so that you don't have to continue negotiations right that moment with him. Then you can work on the other shit and see what you have left over, and then work on negotiations before the season starts. Well, hell, what's the tag deadline? Is
I think it's 31st.
is it toward the right before training camp, or is it like
it's right in that area? Is right in that zone somewhere.
Yeah, I can realistically see
Official
them
training
tagging,
camp, not the rookie training camp, but the official training camp. Yeah,
right. I could realistically see them tagging Baker Mayfield just to until they can work out a new deal and stuff. I could see it. I really could.
Window, Sean. I think we've been reloading with our draftees pretty well, man. So I'm not sure that's not like a with Evans and those guys. I don't know, 3 years maybe tops with just those guys. But I think we're reloading pretty well. I just want that edge. Another thing about I'd like to see the Lions do is beef up their defensive line, because
Yeah.
as good as it is, it's still not like the elite defensive lines in the league. Although I would have called the Eagles a defensive line and elite defensive line until this year,
Right. True. I meant with guys. Sean says I meant with guys like Godwin, Evans, David, White, and Winfield. Well, White's going to be gone. I mean,
Yeah, bye bye White. We could sing "Hey Hey Goodbye."
No,
It could be your headache if you want him. You can have him, Sean.
Well, they could sign him. I could see it. It's realistic.
I mean, more than likely, probably going to go to the teams he's been posting about on his social media, like Philadelphia or Dallas, probably.
How's Philly going to get him?
That's
what he says.
No, sir. Yeah, it's probably.
Will he play well with all those Georgia players in there?
Well, he's an LSU guy, but yeah, yeah. I know this. He's not going to be back. So, I think, KJ Britt's
is definitely going to be back. David probably. It all depends with him.
He might retire, though. I mean, honestly, he might just retire.
Yeah, that was my maybe thing. That was the maybe part of it. Washington has it. What did Marty say to you? What did you say, Marty, about Washington?
No. I think Sean said something about Washington's attitude. They have a new attitude with the new ownership.
They do.
Yeah.
They're one of those elite. I consider them one of those elite defensive lines too.
Mm-hmm.
They have a great defensive line. It's a little bit weaker than it was before they traded 2 of their players off.
Yeah.
I don't think they missed Chase that much because he really was never. But the other guy, man,
Sweat.
Still better than me, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
what did
Washington
Chase do
definitely
last
has a.
night? Niners. He didn't really do anything yesterday. So
No.
yeah.
Washington's got to go out and get them a quarterback. That's got to be their main priority this off season. I just don't see Sam Howell being their answer.
I think what you got to do in that situation is you got to get an offensive line first. Get some linemen. See what you can do with Hal for one more year. See what you can do. And if it doesn't work out, then okay, move on. But
Where are
for
they
right now,
drafting that?
a number 2, I believe.
Yeah.
Or I'm sorry, Sean. Maybe I'm wrong on that. Sean, where are they drafting at?
They're
If
number
you can
2.
answer that.
Top 5, they got to go quarterback.
Yeah, they're number 2. They made
Yeah.
a whole
All the word talk is Drake made to Washington. That's like a perfect fit scenario for them. I don't know. Every time we come up with perfect fits in the draft at this time of year, they're never the same when we actually get to the draft. So I
Well,
Yeah, 'cause-
Sean, I mean,
put my brakes on that one.
if you're going to draft a quarterback here, what I would do is start out with Hal. You make sure whoever you draft,
Or Brissett. Start out
No
with Brissett to train Howell, your new draftee up. You know.
yeah. If you think
I know.
Hal,
I know you're not all high on Brissett. Brissett is very, very capable of bringing up a rookie. That's
Yeah.
what he's been used for all these fucking years, man.
But I mean, to the Giants' point, I mean the reason why I think Giants one that told me about this. He said the reason why the predictions of the where rookies or where draft prospects will go to, it mostly lies down to the the pro day, the combine.
No, he's somebody. Sean. Never mind. I was just reading it.
No, I was saying he said usually the people you think is gonna go where around this time, it never really ends well. It goes always towards the opposite because of the pro day. Because I think the Michigan, I forgot who it was. It was a Michigan player that got injured at pro day.
It's not really pro day that does it. It's the teams are looking at people that we don't even know they're looking at yet. More of that starts coming out then these predictions change. But at the moment, we're just basing our predictions on what we see.
Kind of like ESPN predicting we're going to go after Barkley. I don't see that happening.
But if you're drafting 1 or 2 in the draft, you have to go quarterback. That's the law because or a generational defensive player, one of those. But it's you don't get that pick every year. You get one chance every decade or so, unless you're Jacksonville or something, and you got to make the best of it. And so you got to grab a quarterback when you're at that spot.
Yeah, we did that with Jameis, and look what happened. 5 years. And
it's true, but you have to roll the dice because you're not always going to get that position to be able to grab somebody. And I thought that was a pretty fucking weak draft for quarterbacks in the first place. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what the Jets and 49ers
We
did.
get a number 1
Trey
pick.
Lance and
Guess
Zach
what?
Wilson.
It's a bad quarterback draft. So
that's funny. He said that's what the Jets and 49ers did. And they got Trey Lance and Zach Wilson.
Yeah, it didn't work out.
Yeah, I don't understand the Trey Lance thing. I like Trey Lance. Trading all that away to get Trey Lance when you could have just sat there and he would have fell to you in the first place. That's insane to me. Somebody got played. I think that was early on in John Lynch's career. I think he got played.
Yeah. Christopher Cole, thanks for tuning in tonight. He's watching on YouTube. Yes, great season. No complaints whatsoever, man. Nobody should complain because we overexceeded. Making it to the second week of the postseason is incredible, especially for a team that was, by the media, was supposed to only win 4 or 5 games. So, no doubt about it, man. That was a great year, Chris.
I will say, on paper, next year's opponents are going to be kind of stout.
They were this year. We had the same schedule this year as we had last year, as far as who we were playing against. We had the division title last year, so we had the same kind of schedule then as we have now.
Yeah, but we got Kansas City, we got the Chargers, we got Detroit, we got Dallas.
Dude, everybody we played, it's the same schedule. It's the same schedule. They base the division winners against division winners.
Yeah.
That's how it goes every year.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yes, you do, Sean. We play the NFC East next year, and I think we're on the road. I think we play in Washington.
On the road again?
Yep,
Yeah.
and Dallas. We got to play Dallas in Dallas.
No, I'm so sick of fucking looking at
Oh, no, wait. I think we play Washington in Tampa. I think we play them in Tampa. Never mind. Yeah.
Did we play Dallas this year at all? Yeah, we did, didn't we?
Yeah.
No, we didn't.
No.
That was last year. That was last year we played them. Yeah.
We played Detroit
So,
again.
We have Dallas on our schedule 3 of the last 4 years, man. That's ridiculous, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Tired of seeing them.
And we got
I'm sure Sean's tired of seeing them. That's for sure.
I think we got Baltimore this upcoming year.
Do we play Baltimore this year? Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
Yeah.
We do.
And we got Kansas City this upcoming season now.
Was Roquan Smith not the best pickup Baltimore's made in a long time, dude?
Who's that?
Roquan Smith.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
That was like, holy shit, dude. You got your captain on your offense. Now you got your captain on the defense. Moving Queen out of that spot and putting him where he needs to be was the best thing they've ever done.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, second best thing they ever done. Getting rid of Greg Roman was the first best thing.
F Dallas.
And we can all echo that sentiment, Sean. F Dallas. Yeah.
Yeah, but with this draft pick, they'll probably either. I haven't seen this. This is probably a question that Alex would probably know more of. They're probably. I think this draft is, if I remember what Alex and Sean said, it's more offensive line and more like centers friendly.
Mm-hmm.
If that's what Sean said, if I remember what Sean's saying, is that's actually true or not?
I'm split. I always want to draft a center. Every draft, I want to draft a fucking center. Every fucking year. Hainsey's kind of winning me over, dude. I hate to say that. I hated him his first season up there. I hated him at center, but he's winning me over, man. I gotta admit it. But we still need guards, dude. We really do need guards.
Yeah, I was right. Interior O line.
Wait, Sean, Todd Munchkin is a huge difference for Lamar and then
yeah, because they don't have Greg Roman anymore.
Monken.
They don't have the Ravens no longer have Johnny's most hated Greg Roman there no more.
That's a move we shouldn't have made too, was getting rid of Todd Monken. Letting him go. What the fuck, Box? Come on, man.
Here, I'll give you another what the fuck right here. Right back.
No.
Cody Moss.
I don't know. Maybe.
He's been decent.
I gotta look at the draft. I gotta see what we can get fucking guards in the middle round of the top. And we can get second, third round fucking guards.
It's Cody Moss' first year, guys. Come on, he's got to develop.
Don't worry, Sean.
He's been decent. He hasn't been terrible. He's been okay.
He's getting better.
I like Cody Mock. I loved Cody Mock. I was just looking at that, and we're trade back. He's going to trade because we'd have to give up more shit than fucking just Cody Mock to fucking move up your spot. Fuck that, Sean. You almost had me, dude. You pulled a John Lynch on me.
Taking advantage of an old man, Sean. Come on.
As long as
now, let me ask you this: if Mike Evans doesn't come back, does that change our mind on our draft and go wide receiver in the first round?
I don't think they're going to go wide receiver in the first round because we're not going to be up there to pick the top 3, and then the rest will fall into the second round, second, third.
As long as Sean Spencer's team does not get Troy Franklin, it's all good in my book.
I'll tell you what would happen if we did lose Evans. We probably rebuild.
Yeah. If we lose Evans and Baker, just completely rebuild. I mean, you got to go ahead and start trading people with high cap numbers and go ahead.
Yeah, that would be definitely you. If you're giving up Evans and Baker, then you're definitely looking to fucking rebuild, and that means fucking making big trades.
Mm-hmm.
which I've always wanted to see that. I just don't want to see it with my guys. You know what I mean?
Right. You tried cutting him off to be Troy Franklin.
No, Troy Franklin wouldn't fit well in Tampa. He would fit more in like a West Coast offense, honestly.
Wait. Tampa was running West Coast offense the whole time. Fucking Tom
No, I'm
Brady.
saying like a West Coast team more so. I messed that up. West Coast team. Like I can see him with the Chargers. I can really see him with the Chargers. I don't know why. If the Chargers make a change in their coaching fiasco and give Troy Franklin on the Chargers, I could actually see that working out well.
Let me ask some blind predictions here, Ben, and all the same question is going to go to all y'all. Right now, blind, not knowing what's going to happen in the future. Okay, will the Buccaneers win the division again next year?
Just on a blind.
Just a blind prediction. We won't hold it to you at the end of the year. I mean, hold it against you at the end of the year because who knows? Belichick might move in and have fucking amazing year with Falcons and shit. Who knows that? You know.
I'll go yes. And you know what? I'll just go by Christopher Cole's comment there. Just continue building up the trench and the rest of the team. I say yes. Yes.
Let's look at Sean's comment. The last one. Marty, what do you say, bud? I know you're always betting against us, so.
You know what? Yes. I really feel like if Baker comes back, Evans coming back. So yes.
God, I hate.
I'm afraid to ask Alec this one.
Man. I know.
I think Baker's coming back, and he wants Evans back, and then we get Winfield. So yes, he gives us a chance. That's all you can ask for.
Alec,
with the way the NFC South is, I'll say yes. With how the NFC South is, the Panthers beat themselves up. The Falcons, no matter what you give, they'll blow a lead somehow. And the Saints are just the Saints.
Don't forget the Saints are $88 million over the cap.
I know, but they always find ways to like keep these.
Same with Dallas. They're the same team as Dallas, man. They're always over the cap, and they just.
I mean, does Jerry Jones and the Benson family have something on Goodell or something like? How are they manipulating these, salary caps and stuff?
Well, Michael Thomas is not coming back. Probably Kamara's not coming back. So that's at least Kamara. That's a big playmaker on offense. I just don't see the Saints competing the next couple of years.
Well, I mean, the Saints are the Saints. They talk trash during the off season. They have their little mid-season like hype up, and then the second half they just kick themselves in the ass. They have douchebags like Cam Jordan, who just runs his mouth but can't keep that same energy on the field.
You're right. And I don't see him coming back. I don't see Cam Jordan coming back to the Saints next year.
Well, Corey, I'm not going to say garbage, but yeah, Derek Carr is inconsistent. I don't trust him.
I'm going to say yes on based on only hope. Hoping that the Bucs can make enough moves in this offseason and free agency and in the draft to keep up with the moves that these guys are getting with all these early round picks.
Yeah.
And the coaching changes. I'm saying yes based on hope. So yeah, I hope we do.
But it looks like we're going to
really
have
want that five straight title wins, dude. I just that just thrills me to death, man. To be able to have 5 title wins
before title wins, but 5 playoff appearances
consecutive. I'm talking about.
But it looks like we're going to have like $67 million if it's 20 above.
What you said 45 just now.
We're 47 right now. If you add 20 to that, that's going to be 67. And then with Jensen and Russell Gage and Shaq
Dude, do you know what happens when you start going if and math together? It don't work out. You can't if math. Math is
they call that C math.
Still with 67, that's more than 50 or 60 something million negative with the Saints. So we're still in a positive. So that's a good thing.
So I'm guessing this season was the last of the Tom Brady contract things that held the cap space.
Yes.
Yeah, because we gave up. We let him. The Bucks. What they did was
$35 million.
they said we'll just pay it now.
Yep.
So,
Get it over
That's what
with.
I'm,
Pull the tooth and let it quit aching.
yeah. Bucks have talent. Yeah. Cansey, Diaby.
If we have another draft like we did this year, we should be okay, man.
Oh yeah. Jason Light, he can draft pretty good though. I gotta give the man respect on that.
Stay away from kickers in the second round, motherfucker.
Oh God, yes.
Although McLaughlin, yeah, he kind of whiffed one today. That was what a bad time.
don't bring
I
up
give him that.
don't bring up
Dude,
the
when was Kenny Britt was taken in the year before, wasn't he? Or was that the year that Brady was here? When we won Super. When did we get Kenny Britt? He came with that redheaded guy, so it was a couple of years ago.
Yeah, KJ Britt. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like Britt. Dude.
I do too. I don't miss Devin White being in that spot with Britt out there.
Me neither.
Even Todd Bowles said he's the best tackler in the middle. So, yeah.
Yes, I don't bring up the PTSD of Roberto Aguayo days.
Get a big nasty veteran center there, Christopher. Yeah, I wish there was a way where we can magically
have Hainsey and another center.
No, Ryan Jensen's knee. We can magically heal it, and then he can come back and.
God, I mean, he only has a cap hit of $5 million next year. It would be nice if Jensen could come back. I just don't see it.
No, I know, but I'm just saying if we could somehow find a miracle.
I wanted to see Cody Mack and Jensen.
Well, hey, did anybody find out what that injury was to Dean?
They said it was a lower back injury. Yeah.
Lower back injuries have taken a lot of players out of the game, man.
They have. But that's what they initially said, but we don't. I'm sure they're going to have an MRI this week. Then we'll know more, but that's what they reported when he left the field today.
Well, you know they need to fast track Isaac's fucking
Isaac.
Yeah, they need to fast track his development because that's our guy right there. Once he gets developed and on the field, I've got a lot of high hopes for him. Big, he's as big as any receiver out there, and just as fast as Tyreek Hill. So, and we saw in pregame, he's got hands. In preseason, he had hands. He got that interception. I don't know how he caught it, man, but he got it with like 3 fingers.
Yeah, well, Christian Izzian is pretty nice too.
Yeah, Izzian's pretty nice. Yeah.
So yeah, it's getting there. I mean, it's good that we can be both competitive and developing at the same time. So, I don't know if that's going to happen.
You're not going to give somebody there is no such thing as pay cut. They might restructure a player's contract so that it looks like a pay cut, but it's not. They get their money.
They get their money up front, so there's no pay cut. I agree with Johnny. So let me ask you this: what about the rumors of Kelsey retiring after the season with the Chiefs?
I could see it.
I can't see it any other way. I mean, he needs to retire. We've over about the bone on bone in his legs, knees, and shit, right?
Yeah, I can see him and Andy Reid hanging it up after this year.
I hate to see Andy Reid go. As much as I hated him all my fucking football, most of my football. He's been around for half of my football life. I hate to see him here, man.
But Kelsey needs to save his knees for other things after the football life. If he still wants to be Travis Kelsey off the field.
No. Correction. He's going to be Travis Swift. That's what he's going to be. Not Travis Kelsey. Travis Swift.
It's going to be Andy Swift.
Take her name,
dude. Come on, that Andy Reid's hitting that shit. She can buy him all the hamburgers he needs, dude.
All right.
Well, I don't know. Maybe brother Jason was in it. Yeah, he had a shirt off in there while they're in the press box.
He's like, "Hey Taylor, if this doesn't work out, I'm single."
Yeah. No, he's not. He's not single. He's married with kids, dude.
Well, I'll
hand you the ball. I'll hand you my ball.
Just say hike.
I want to see play more. I feel like he can do things. That's Corey Brown. He got better this year. I thought his tackling's been a lot better too. If you notice,
He's
I mean,
more
he's had
aggressive too. I like the fact that
aggressive, yeah.
he is very aggressive too.
I mean, he just has to work on the penalties, but other than that, yeah, I mean, he's shown improvement. That's what you want, really. I mean, was he like a 5th or 6th rounder, Johnny? I believe he's like a 5th or 6th rounder
I
too.
think it was a 5th rounder.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so
Which
I mean,
is unusual because Jason Light's bread and butter is in the 4th and 5th round anyway. So, 3rd round too. He's really good in the 3rd round with the offensive line.
And Winfield.
yeah.
Winfield.
Oh.
How the fuck did Winfield fall to the 3rd round?
I don't know. Some dumb.
How did these draft scouts miss Winfield?
Oh, here we go. Johnny's rant.
There
Here
we
we
go.
go.
It's not a rant. It's just I'm amazed, dude. How
Here we
did that
go.
happen,
Yeah.
dude?
Swing those hands, Johnny.
We talk about Brady and these guys like that, all these quarterbacks that get passed up. But Aaron Rodgers, how did Winfield get passed up? That he's got a list.
He got passed
gotta
up
have a
because they
list.
said he was too small for his position, and he's proving everybody wrong.
I gotta go look at his draft profile. Let me see this shit.
Yeah, I think they said he was too small and did not have ball skills. And he's proven everybody wrong on that shit. Fuck that shit. Johnny, swing those hands. Johnny about to put hands on somebody.
Corey says Bucks need upgrade running back and tight end. No, I think we're fine on tight end. Running back, White's going to be back, but I don't know. What do you think of Edmonds? I mean, you think we should bring him back, or do you think we need to look elsewhere?
I like Edmonds, but I mean the rumors of Barkley or even Derrick Henry. I mean, if we can get them at a cheap price, yeah. But Kate Otten's fine. I like Kate Otten as our tight end.
His projection was for round 2, and they compared him to TJ Ward. That's not a bad draft analyst right there.
No.
You're talking about Winfield, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
Highly instinctive, is always under control, compact frame with above average strength. Watched tape at an early age with Pro Bowl cornerback father. Takes cues from the quarterback. Recognition of play design puts him in opportunistic positioning. Anticipates patterns and breaks in space. Ball tracking comes naturally. Turns to locate the ball with back to quarterback. Everything they say positive about him is, let's see what the negatives are.
Then why the hell did he go in the 3rd round?
Missed extensive time in 2017, 2018 due to injuries. That's the main.
Probably the only knock. Yeah.
Below average height and length for jump balls.
Yeah, I'm about to say height. That was one of the negatives.
His range over the top is a little bit limited. You are so full of shit with that one. Hello, Tyreek Hill. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think the injuries is the only thing that kept him in the 3rd round, not moved him up higher.
Tightness, sluggish to recover when he bites too hard on a chase. That's usually because he's so fucking fast that he's already fucking 10 yards up the field in the wrong fucking spot. Below average.
With David White. So I mean,
that's the same thing with every fast player. That's period. That's not even a knock. If they say that, they say it because of his speed. Below average burst. That you're way off on that one, dude. Lack of length shows up as a tackler. You can tackle pretty fucking well, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Struggles to wrap and finish if positioning and footwork aren't on point. Well, his footwork and shit's been pretty fucking good, haven't they?
Mm-hmm. He's an all-pro. So what you got to say about that, NFL?
They did have him ranked in the 2nd round. They did have him ranked in the 2nd round. We got him in 3rd because of his health, basically.
Yeah, I think that's the only reason he went to the 3rd round is the health issue.
And that's the only reason he's a free agent now, because we got him in 3rd round. If he was a 2nd or 1st rounder, then he would have had that 5th-year option.
And I will say he has missed some time for us over the years with the Bucks. He's missed some games, so the injuries have.
I can't remember. He hasn't had that much time missed.
No, but I mean,
he bounces back pretty quick, man. Kind of like Evans and Godwin when they with their hammies and shit.
I think a lot of them were concussions, though, mainly. No, I
No.
think he ends up staying next year, Corey.
I think they're just the people who are bringing him in are just basically target bombing everything. Every candidate they can.
And this is also good experience for Canales, to go on these interviews for every
Yeah.
potential, that way they develop their interview skills, and if anything, it's just going to help. So Canales, I think, comes back.
Uh-oh. Patrick Mahomes got ahead of Brett Favre and Tom Brady and Bart Starr
All
On
right,
what?
in consecutive playoff wins in a row. In other
Oh,
words,
Lord.
from one season to another.
I like Patrick Mahomes, but he's no GOAT. He's no Tom Brady.
Do you remember when everybody first started calling Tom Brady the GOAT? How they were saying he's no Joe Montana.
Patrick's got to get to his
There's
fifth
always
Super
somebody
Bowl.
that takes over, knocks the king of the hill down. So
He's
he could be, he may not be. We can't unless I
Yeah.
get my wife's crystal ball somewhere. Oh, and she gave that to her daughter, so I don't even have a crystal ball to look at.
when he
Oh.
gets to his fifth Super Bowl ring, then I'll start worrying about him being the greatest of all time.
He's still not Joe Montana.
No, he's not.
I
He's
mean,
better.
he's good. He's top, in my opinion, right now he's top 5, but he's not Tom Brady.
Well, you're right. There is only one Joe Montana, but there's also only one Tom Brady. So
And there's only one Patrick Mahomes, and there's only one
Yeah.
Josh Allen, and there's only one Dan Marino, and there's only
There's only
one.
one. Johnny Dean. Yeah.
No, there's about 15 of me, man. I
What
spread, I
people
spread
Not
that,
like me,
I spread that around, man. There's a lot of me.
old people getting
Maybe
upset,
DNA.
shaking.
But
Shut up, Ben.
I know I don't get those anymore. I have to
I
step that
know.
up.
I get that now, and I feel like, wait, what about Ben?
Shut up, Marty.
John Spencer, quit throwing my own arguments at me, man. That's my favorite argument about Tom Brady right there. Why is it they can never just shut out a game in a Super Bowl and just say, "Hey, we won"? I mean, I'm used to that at being a Buck because when we win a Super Bowl, there's no question that we won the Super Bowl.
Mhm.
But
also,
Tom Brady, it's always these 3-point games or 2-point games and shit or overtime. It's crazy.
I'm going to end the argument here. Tom Brady 7 rings, Joe Montana 4.
Yep.
That's all
Okay,
that
I
matters.
want one question here. I want to throw out a name and see what you guys think. Joe
Lost Eli
Cheyenne
twice.
and Shainka coming back or being let go?
We're talking about goats, and you bring up Joe Tryon.
Well, I just remember that. I was going to
What the
bring that up
hell?
earlier. I was going to bring that up earlier, and I forgot. Shainka.
So, wait a minute. What about talking about goats? Joe Montana and Tom Brady and stuff like that. What about that conversation reminded you about Joe Shoyanka?
I don't know. It just popped in my head.
Does he herd goats or what? What's he doing?
It's not,
When we was talking about players coming back next year, and I was like, oh, yeah, Shainka, that. Yeah.
I know, man. That goddamn Eli Manning, dude, got in the way of Tom, almost having every finger with a Super Bowl ring.
That was a hell of a catch, though, in that Super Bowl. I mean, that was a helmet catch.
Eli had Tom's number, man. That's period.
Yeah.
He just owned Tom Brady, man.
Yeah.
Everybody says Ray Lewis owned Tom Brady, and what was his name? Flacco owned Tom Brady, and all these guys own Tom Brady that's beat him. But the only one that consistently beat him in the Super Bowl was Eli.
Yeah. It just happens sometimes.
Eli is the modern age Troy Aikman. Not very good stats, but when he gets to the Super Bowl, he's automatic. He's clutch.
Maybe eventually, Corey, but not right now. I mean, that's years down the line as far as
How many sacks does McCoy have with the Buccaneers?
I'd have to look that up, but
He's making a good argument for himself to be in the Ring of Honor right now because of his work on NFL Network, always supporting the Bucks against everybody else. He's turned into the Bucks' own version of Michael Irvin.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
just don't see him as a Ring of Honor at all. I just don't. I don't see it.
Well, you're not the Glazers, and who the Glazers want to dismiss everything creamsicle, everything before they own the team. Okay, so
But
you
Gerald
gotta put your
McCoy
mind,
was not
gotta put
creamsicle.
your mind in that. I mean, look at the greats that aren't on that list yet. Hardy Nickerson is not in the Ring of Honor, dude, and it's
Massenio
doubtful.
Rice.
It's doubtful that he will get in there.
Massenio Rice is not on there. Now, in my opinion, Massenio Rice should be
Simeon
in
Rice.
the honor before Gerald McCoy.
Did he say Miss Simeon Rice?
Massenio Rice.
Simeon.
It's just Simeon, dude. There's no.
Simeon Rice. All right. Simeon Rice. In my opinion, he's Ring of Honor before Gerald McCoy.
Not cinnamon rice, Simeon rice. For those wondering out there.
He's been eating them cinnamon swirl breakfast cereals things.
Well, like, what is McCoy's like stats? I just don't see him as a Ring of Honor, and he's certainly not a freaking Hall of
He
Fame.
was a great pass rusher for us, but he could not hit. All right, the biggest knock on McCoy is, besides his friendly attitude, is that he could not stop a run for jack shit.
No, or
Okay?
stay on the field. The constant injuries.
Yeah.
But he's like fourth and. No, I have to think. I have to look at the stat line on him, man.
Yeah, we don't have the encyclopedia himself, Mr. Alex Lismore, on here.
I know, man. Right? Wow, that could work now. Damn.
I just see
Who's
McCoy.
I even looking at? Gerald McCoy?
Yeah. I will always think Joe Montana is better, but then again, the pressure was far more aggressive in the 80s. The NFL never changed the rule for Joe Montana. Well, I mean, yeah, you do make some interesting points there, Sean, but again, I mean,
Well,
you know,
I'll never think there was another fucking Roger Staubach. He was Captain America, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, but think about Tom Brady. Cap, you had the freaking cap space. It was hard to win multiple titles every year with the cap space like
it was
this.
hard to draft a quarterback every fucking year, definitely, because you had to pay him $50 fucking million back then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Brady was one of those guys that always wanted to take pay cuts. Well, pay cuts, try to help the
Okay,
team that
McCoy
had
in
a
140 games. He actually out of 140, he played 83 games out of 140. Jeez. Wait a minute, that's not just with the Bucks, though. That's his whole career. So some of that time was spent on the bench in Dallas and Carolina.
Yeah.
59.5 sacks, 235 solo tackles, 6 forced fumbles. That's okay. It's probably fourth or fifth on in the Bucks all-time record. So yeah, there's an argument to be made for him to be in the Ring of Honor.
I mean, would I be disappointed if he did or did not get in? No.
I would have been 4 years ago. Today's kind of made amends for all that bullshit that when he left and I'm home with the Panthers and all that shit. He's kind of redeemed himself for that shit to me. But still, I'd put Hardy Nickerson in way before I'd put McCoy in, and that's not going to happen. So I think McCoy will be the next.
I got one. Here's a good one for you from Corey.
Yes,
who would you put in first?
100%. Yes,
Benzone Jackson or Jeremy?
BJ helped create Evans.
Oh yeah.
He was Evans' mentor. Evans took on his persona, plays like VJ did. Great guy, great person, great player. 100%. I'd put him on there.
The only knock I would have on that, though, Johnny, is that Vincent Jackson was not drafted by the Bucks. Joe McCoy was.
Is Tom Brady going to be in the Ring of Honor?
Yes.
He should be in before anybody else. He won a Super Bowl.
That eliminates the we drafted him thing right there. Hardy Nickerson was drafted by the Bucks either, you know?
Right. That's true. But this is Tom Brady we're talking about. He There's always an exception for Tom Brady, no matter what.
Gronk will be in the Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
Gronk will be in the Ring of if they accept. Are there teams? Yeah, the Steelers have people that they didn't draft in their Walk of Honor, whatever it's called over there. They have all these bricks, a brick road that you walk down.
I'm just saying, you would put V Jackson before McCoy.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't think that because Ring of Honor does 100% take into account the community and how they've worked into community. They didn't want to put Warren Sapp in the Ring of Honor. Remember, that's why Gruden was taken out of the Ring of Honor. It's because the community standards and shit that they have for the Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
And when it comes to that, B-Jax was what 2-time, 3-time Man of the Year thing. That Man of the Year thing they have. So.
Yep. Yeah. If we go by titles, then we have to go Tom. If we go on who never lost and never had an interception, then we go Joe, in my opinion. It's an interesting point. It's interesting. I mean, he never lost a Super Bowl, Joe Montana. Never threw an interception in a Super Bowl. No. It's interesting.
Is there a spot here? Sean Spencer, why did you honestly write if we go by titties?
Titties. Boobies.
It says titles, didn't it? Or did he change it?
I got a dot here. I'm looking at a dot on the second eye. So through
Titties.
up in his mouth. No,
too soft. Well, I don't know about. No, he didn't play soft, Gerald McCoy.
He didn't play soft. No, he played soft against the run. Whenever somebody says he played soft, they're talking about he played soft against the run. He did not play soft as a pass rusher whatsoever. Right. They were always double, triple teaming him, man.
But it was always soft as maybe it's his attitude toward winning. Might have been soft.
That part, yeah. Personality.
Or when he was about to hit a pass rusher or a quarterback, he would always apologize when he made like a hit.
I'm sorry.
That's the drawback with Gerald, because those are the moments you remember, and you don't remember the sacks, and you don't remember the beating two offensive linemen to get in, or beating a chip block and stuff. You don't remember those things. You do remember, I'm going to pick up Brett Favre when Sue was out there stomping on his head, you know?
Yeah. Oh, I don't know about that.
Michael Bennett was not a Buccaneer. Not persona. His persona was not a Buccaneer. I'm sorry. Even Sue changed his persona when he became a Buccaneer. You know what I mean? He was no longer the most hated guy in football and shit. Remember, Sue, when he was with the Lions, he was like the most hated person in football. He was spitting on people. He was Warren Sapp, basically. You know?
Stomping on people's hands.
Yep. Breaking fingers here and there.
Oh, yeah, and he stomped on Evan Smith.
Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah,
then we had that piece of crap Evan Dietrich Smith on our team that was just so useless.
Why'd you? I just got him out of the memory file.
Here we go. Man. Rant time.
Yay! You're too quick to push the button. Fuck that shit, man.
There we go. Actually, I didn't mean to do that. It just happened, and it's like perfect timing.
We're missing somebody. Did Alec go to sleep?
Yeah, he just went off. So
I'll be damned. It was Alec this time instead of Marty.
Yeah.
Most time I get off, either my phone's about to die or I need to get ready for work the next morning. One of the two.
Bullshit. You always fucking leave before we're done. Always leave before we're done.
Yeah, because my phone dies, or I got to be up in the morning.
Damn, that happens a lot with you then, because I don't remember a time. Wait a minute. There was a time back in the day when we first got Marty on.
Yeah.
That he would hang out with us and shit.
Yeah,
but now he's got that nose up in the air. He's got ghosts hanging out, driving by himself and shit. Right.
Yeah, but I had to be up at like 6 o'clock in the morning for work, which I need to.
Man.
What?
I said, so does Ben.
Yeah. I have to get up early.
What's
Marty.
your? Come on, Marty.
Come on, the mafia life is 24/7. You can't.
Yes, but do you work 11 hours a day, so
Mafia, we work 24 hours a day, sir. 7 days a week.
you and your escorts, right?
I don't want to hear that bullshit. Yeah.
Be honest now. You got your underlings to go out and handle most of that business, but
Well,
you got
if I'm not,
to
if
keep
I'm
them under control, though, right?
right, yeah, we're not gonna go further into that rabbit hole because some of that's not meant for this show. So we got to keep things.
For legal
There
reasons,
are
we
rules
can't
here.
talk about that.
There are levels to this.
He just can't get away from it. He's talking about rabbits and holes now.
Oh God, Scott's watching this, getting excited.
No,
he's
Scott took his meds and went to bed.
Yeah.
Well, I do need to call a night here in a little bit because I gotta eat me a little something. Be up in the morning at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Oh God!
Oh, what are you eating?
Here come the excuses. Who are you eating?
What are you eating?
I got to eat some noodles. So
That's what you call them there, noodles?
noodles.
Noodles.
You know he's in Arkansas. Come on, man. He
of course.
Wrong turn people, you know. You gotta fucking watch out.
Hey, Johnny. Freaking all-timers have an ass over there. When's
All right,
AARP
Billy.
calling your ass?
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been fun. Benzone Exclusive. Thanks everybody for tuning in, and we will see you later. Bye-bye.
Don't you